It's time to take a look at what's happening around Wyoming for Friday, June 14th. I'm Wendy Corr, bringing you headlines from the Cowboy State Daily Newsroom, presented by Cheyenne Frontier Days. Starting July 19th from sunup to sundown, there's something for everyone. Check it out at cfdrodeo.com. With their commute time now quadrupled because of the closure of Teton Pass, more and more workers who live in Idaho and work in Jackson are taking the bus rather than making the drive. Early Thursday morning, Cowboy State Daily's Pat Mayo stepped on the coach bus offered up by the City of Jackson's Southern Teton Area Rapid Transit, or START. On the road, he visited with the workers who've decided they'd rather have someone else do the driving.
These are not billionaires that are taking the bus. These are regular people, a daycare worker, a bank employee. They didn't want to deal with that 3-hour commute. So they were taking the bus, which is cushy. It's a nice coach, brand new. How could you not like it, in a long 3-hour commute? I got to see the commute. I experienced the commute. It's a beautiful commute. People were reading a book. Another person was doing their work on their laptop because they got great Wi-Fi service on this bus.
For these commuters, a 3-hour bus ride sure beats driving in bumper-to-bumper traffic, more hard-earned money spent on gas, and more exhaustion from a long commute. A 17-year-old Campbell County teen is being charged as an adult with attempted first-degree murder for allegedly stabbing his mother in the back while she was in bed sleeping. Tharl Smith is accused of stabbing his mother, Carla, with a 13.5-inch knife overnight on Monday, fracturing her left shoulder blade and damaging her left lung. That's according to Cowboy State Daily's Jen Coker.
His parents wanted to move him out into a different house because he was acting up. And he didn't want to go. And so he was angry. He was supposed to move shortly, and they'd just been over to the new place, and they returned home that night. And the parents had talked to him, and he just kept getting madder, but didn't say anything. So when it came time to go to sleep, he wasn't able to sleep because he was too mad. And he, as his parents slept, he just went in and put a knife in his mother's back. And he told the police later that he wasn't sure why he did it. He was just mad, and he felt like they were giving him up.
If convicted, Smith stands to face life in prison, a fine of not more than $10,000, or both. A Washington state man had plenty of time to consider whether breaking the rules in Yellowstone National Park was worth it when he was given 7 days in jail for leaving the boardwalk at Steamboat Geyser for a better photo op. Cowboy State Daily's Andrew Rossi reports that while many people have been caught doing similar things, the sentence for 21-year-old Victor Pushnik was unusual because it included jail time for thermal trespass.
He stepped off the boardwalk to get a better picture of Steamboat Geyser. What angle he was going for is anybody's guess, but luckily a park ranger caught him in the act, and that was his explanation. And he was sentenced. He paid the usual $1,500 fine and court fees, but he was also sentenced to 7 days in jail, which isn't guaranteed when you're found guilty of thermal trespass in Yellowstone.
Several people have avoided jail time after expressing remorse for their actions. Irish actor Pierce Brosnan was found guilty of thermal trespass in March, but admitted the foolishness of his actions and apologized in court and on social media, so the judge issued a fine of $1,500 without any probation. I'll be back in just 15 seconds with more news.
In southwest Wyoming, wide open space is waiting. This is how we explore it. In Rock Springs and Green River, Wyoming. Plan your adventure at explorewy.com.
The City of Cheyenne's chief election official is standing up for an artificial intelligent bot named Vic in its campaign for mayor. Cheyenne City Clerk Christina Jones sent a letter to Secretary of State Chuck Gray on Wednesday saying she disagrees with Gray's opinion that the campaign of Wyoming's first AI political candidate, a computer-generated persona named Vic, should be shut down almost as soon as it started.
Jones said that basically because the candidate is kind of one and the same with its human counterpart, which is Cheyenne resident Victor Miller, then it should be considered legitimate that it's a real campaign. However, she did pose some legitimate questions about Miller not giving his name as the candidate. The candidate's name is Vic, which stands for Virtual Integrated Citizen, which is basically the AI authority that Miller is going to refer to for all decisions if elected mayor would go through the AI bot, not him. So it's kind of an interesting dynamic, to say the least, and there's countless legal questions that need to be answered.
The Laramie County Attorney's Office is investigating Vic's candidacy and whether it's legal. It will be up to Laramie County to decide the fate of Vic's campaign. And the Pryor Mountains straddle the Wyoming-Montana state line near Lovell and are probably best known for a wild Mustang herd that roams the mountains. But a black bear stole the spotlight Tuesday, if only for a short while. Cowboy State Daily's Mark Hines reports that the bear strolled up and chomped on a trail camera set up near a watering hole on the Montana side.
So on Tuesday, one of these bears, it's really kind of hysterical to watch. He just kind of strolls up to the camera and then, bites it. You get a full-on shot right down his mouth, down his throat. Then he's pawing at it and butting it with his head. And then he finally just gets bored and walks up.
Nancy Cerrone, who with her husband Steve monitors the Pryor Mountain Mustang herd, says the bear wasn't harmed and no equipment destroyed in the making of the video. And that's today's news. For a deeper dive into the people and issues that affect Wyoming, check out The Roundup, conversations with the most interesting people in the Cowboy State. A new episode drops tomorrow when I have a conversation with Whiteout spokesperson Cody Beers. You can find the link on our website, on our YouTube channel, and wherever you get your podcasts. And of course, you'll find it in our free daily newsletter. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Wendy Corr for Cowboy State Daily.